On the news this evening, commuters stranded as angry bus drivers continue protest in Port Harcourt. Rumuwoji Market yet to be reopened 1 year after commissioning. Some governors still tweeting amid Twitter ban. Police clarify on vehicle tinted glass permits. On the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden embarks on first foreign trip as president. I am Constance Mega. Commuters along NTA Road, Port Harcourt, trekked today amid the heavy rain as the angry bus drivers continued protesting the killing of their colleague. Well, some commuters spoke to our correspondent.
I lighted at this junction, proceeding to Exoba police station. But as you can see, there's no motor. Everybody is trekking, so I've also joined them in the trekking. But I believe that before something would have happened, something led to it. What is the cause of it? That is what we don't know. It's not good at all. The experience is not something to write home about. Truth that I'm coming from location to this place, no motor. I don't know. They say they killed one of their drivers. So the government should intervene and stop this. It's not good.
Drive from Mosoba to NTA, don't tire. I know if you do walk again. I go back. I want to reach Rome go tap or no see motor. No business where I can walk. I decide to go back.
Well, one of the protesting drivers said the River State's government must address the drivers and take up prosecution of the NSCDC officer who killed a driver yesterday.
We need the weekend to go. We need the weekend to go to us because we are angry. One of our driver, not one of our driver. That is why we are here. We don't want to drive taxi. No taxi will work. No bus will work. Because everybody shut down today. Because the weekend that's what they're not trying. There's no bus stop. All the way from my train to everywhere there's no bus stop. When you drop passenger here, they will tell you, say, move. They will carry out and block you. And start harassing drivers. Well, it's not good. We are angry so much. And start the weekend come and address us. When we can come and address us, that is why we stop. And to tell us not something that we enter our ear. They're angry.
Well, Market Junction on Abar Road axis of Port Harcourt was flooded today due to the rain. The floods caused heavy traffic and most cars resorted to alternative routes. Meanwhile, an environmental expert, Victoria Nyechi, has called on the River State Waste Management Agency, RIWAMA, to set up policies that will ensure that people who dump waste indiscriminately are prosecuted. Well, Mrs. Nyeche, who is a former House Committee Chairman on Environment at the River State Assembly, urged residents to plant trees in order to protect the environment.
Yeah, that's part of the cost. One of the causes of urban flooding, dumping waste into the drainages. You observe that a lot in Job. When it rains, you actually see people run with their waste to punish defaulters, because fines actually serve as a deterrent to people. When people get away with things, they have a tendency to continue. So they need to become firmer and to fine people. And there should be more awareness, more advocacy. People need to be reminded. They need to keep hearing these things.
The Rumuwoji Market in Mile 1 axis of Port Harcourt is yet to be reopened over a year after it was commissioned by the River State government. Traders still use the open market. Now, with the rains, most traders face difficulty as their makeshift stores get flooded and they are forced to move their goods to nearby shops. Well, leader of the market, Kenneth Eze, told our correspondent that the present condition of the market is affecting patronage.
This place that the governor assigned to us as temporary, we should be managing it. But when there is downpour, here always be a dock of rain. And there's no entrance that the rain will link to the it routes, because at the back has been fenced. When the rain falls, no customers will come in. Because you cannot leave your house very neat and come to the market to soil your leg into a dirty water like this. So it's a big problem to us. And it will take almost 5-6 hours before the water will then sink.
Well, he said the balloting for Rumuwoji Market was not followed through.
The governor himself has done a good job in building this market, but I cannot easily tell why the market has not been opened. They are working on it that they have already allocated, but now nothing. If the governor will see to the cry of his people, then when that market will be open, definitely here too will be released for people.
Well, other traders in the market also called on the River State government to open the Rumuoji market.
But we pray God, may God give and touch his heart, make you open the market for more. We they suffer. Start rain fall and see everywhere water. Big sickness now will carry here will be young girls where they found our daily bread. Say if we not go fit put up for the radio to make him in here and make him help us.
Me say we open the market and me go happy pass because one, I don't like the way we dey. The rain come, the day inside rain, the sun shine, the day inside sun. I'm not going to buy a lot, I'm not going to lie for you. Because me have been stop market right from when they chase us out from that and I stop.
None of us is happy the way things are going. Over a year and now that year has been locked, so we are pleading and begging that if there is a way that they can do it, please let them come for our aid. People move in here, I think still will change.
Well, recall that in February 2020, the River State Government Exco Committee on the allocation of Rumuoji Market invited the public to the verification and balloting for the allocation of Rumuoji Market stalls. Well, despite the exercise, the market has remained closed till date. Moving on now, Governor Nyesom Wike has warned against any imposition of candidates on Rivers people. Governor Wike said this while reeling out his administration's achievements today at the flag-off ceremony for the construction of government secondary school or in Gokana local government area.
We have what it takes, so the intelligence, the strategy, everything, we will do it. So don't follow those who are doing Abuja politics. Abuja cannot give you anything. They can't. Let them put their heads together. Whether in their party or not, nobody can impose anybody in this state. Not one. Not while we're living. It will not work. Only the vast people will decide what will happen.
Well, the governor later led the senator representing Rivers Southeast Senatorial District, Barry Impigi, to officially flag off the project. APC chieftain Lawrence Chukwu says the 2023 general election will determine if Governor Nyesom Wike has done well as claimed in Rivers State. Well, Dr. Chukwu said this in an interview with our correspondent.
It is 2023 that will determine whether he has actually done well or not. Let him keep his cool and stop talking too much. It is during 2023 election he will know whether Rivers people are satisfied with what he has done or not. Finish.
Moving on now, 5 days after the suspension of Twitter in Nigeria, some top government officials have reacted in different ways. While some governors have continued tweeting, others have complied with the federal government's directive to deactivate their Twitter handles. While those who are still using the platform include Benue State Governor Samuel Otom, Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde, Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, amongst others. Whereas Nigeria's First Lady Aisha Buhari, Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami, and Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu have deactivated their Twitter handles, where many others have not tweeted since the ban, but have also not deactivated their accounts, including President Buhari and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo. Meanwhile, the federal government says the management of tech giant Twitter has reached out for a dialogue. Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said this today while addressing State House correspondents after the Federal Executive Council. Well, he said the ban has so far been effective following reports of Twitter's huge financial losses running into billions. While the information minister said Twitter will not be allowed to operate until it is duly registered, licensed, and operates within regulations. Still ahead, police clarify on vehicle tinted glass permits. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us. Senate President Ahmad Lawan has asked the Committee on INEC to screen for confirmation the appointments of Loretta Onochie and 5 others as INEC commissioners. Well, it comes 8 months after President Muhammadu Buhari sent the list of the nominees to the Senate for screening. While PDP lawmakers had protested the screening over the inclusion of Ms. Onochie, who is currently a presidential spokesperson and a card-carrying member of the APC. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, says all existing vehicle tinted glass permits duly issued by the Nigeria Police Force remain valid. A statement by the force spokesperson, Frank Mba, clarified this following the suspension of the issuance of new tinted permits. The statement said the suspension is a temporary measure and it will remain until a new protocol is released. The IGP also said the existing spy number plates must be used by authorized users for purposes and vehicles specified by law. Well, it also said the issuance of new spy number plates remain on hold pending the release of a new protocol. In business, President Muhammadu Buhari has received a made-in-Nigeria Android phone at the State House in Abuja. His personal assistant on new media, Bashir Ahmad, in a Facebook post today, said the president received a made-in-Nigeria Android phone from the Minister of Trade and Investment shortly before this week's Federal Executive Council meeting at the State House, Abuja. In entertainment, Ben Roberts, best known for playing Chief Inspector Derek Conway in The Bill from 1987 to 2002, has died at 70. His death was confirmed by his former agent, who called him a wonderful actor who had an extensive career in theatre, TV and film. Well, Roberts' character on the ITV police drama was an old-fashioned officer and a trained hostage negotiator. In sports, the 6 rebel English clubs that signed up to the European Super League have reached a financial settlement with the Premier League worth a combined £22 million. Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester City, Manchester United and Tottenham announced themselves as founder members of the competition in April, but the project quickly collapsed after widespread opposition.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
Joe Biden has embarked on his first foreign trip as U.S. president, in which he is set to meet European partners and Russian President Vladimir Putin. The 8-day trip will begin with a meeting tomorrow with British Prime Minister Boris Johnson before the two leaders set off for the G7 summit. Well, Mr. Biden will also meet the Queen at Windsor Castle and join his first NATO summit as president. On the news this evening, you heard commuters were left stranded today as angry bus drivers down-tooled to continue their protest in Port Harcourt. Rumoji Market is yet to be reopened 1 year after commissioning. Some governors are still tweeting amid the Twitter ban. And on the foreign scene, U.S. President Joe Biden has embarked on his first foreign trip as president. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Light showers expected in Port Harcourt this evening. I am Constance Mega. Thank you for listening.